folks. At last, I'm out fishing. Yeah, I wasn't able to go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday because I had to work, but yeah, this is my first Saturday of being able to get out fishing. So for those of you that may recognise this, and behind me, for those of you that don't, this is Ferry Meadows. As you know, it's one of my favourite venues. I've had a walk around, I'm on Gunwade, I've had a walk around the other side, I'm on Peg 61. So yeah, apparently there's been a few bream coming out of Overton over the last couple of days. I don't know if any bream have come out of Gunwade, but I thought I'd come around here and give it a go. It's one of my favourite areas. But, as you can see, it's a bit overcast, a little bit chilly this morning, and yeah, so we've got the wind off our backs, which, you know, for bream fishing isn't always ideal, but it was a bit chilly last night, so I'm kind of hoping that might actually help things. Anyway, yeah, it's going to be a really simple approach. I am literally just going to be putting a bit of ground bait out there and feed it fairly positively like I normally do, and just hope some bream move in if they're not already there. Going to be fishing chop worm, dead reds and corn. That's it. Nothing too complicated. I'll sort of show you really what I've got in my bait bucket. Have a look here. As you can see, got some dead reds in there. Right. Tub of dendrobinas. That's what I had left over from when it all finished. So yeah, put them in there. They tend to survive a lot longer in a plastic tub in the fridge than they do if you put them in a Hessian bag, I find anyway. I'm also going to be putting some 2mm black pellets in my ground bait as well. So peg number one, as you can see, got all my tins of corn, 3 small tins of corn, and I'm going to be putting in for ground bait. I'm going to be using the Mayhem F1 dark ground bait, and yeah, going to be mixing that in with my favourite of the peg number one ground baits, the Mayhem green. Yeah, just going to do a 50-50 mix with those, and I've got a little bit of molasses that I'm going to add into it as well. So yeah, I didn't actually knock that up last night. Normally I knock the ground bait up the night before, but I had a really bad migraine last night, so I wasn't quite sure if I was actually going to be coming today. But yeah, thankfully I got up this morning at 4:30 and migraine had gone. So yeah, that's why I've not knocked it up. So I'm going to knock that up now, get my platform out there, which is something I haven't used for a while, get myself tackled up, and then I'll start baiting up. So I should come back to you soon. So I've had a little plummet out there, found quite a nice hard area out there at about 50 metres, so I'm just feeding that up now. I've already put half a dozen out there, so just putting a few dead reds, a couple of bits of corn, and every now and then I'll put a little pinch of chopped up worm in there. This is going to be my long line, and I will feed a short line as well, but this is going to be my main line, so I'm feeding this first and then I'll feed my short line, and then I'll go out there and fish the long line. Let's see. Like I say, that's just over 50 metres, so it's not a massive chuck at all. A nice comfortable one, so if we can catch them at that distance, that'd be really good. And if you can hear, but I'm fishing with braid. I haven't fished with braid since the last time I fished here at Ferry Meadows, so yeah, got to get back used to that again. There's a big difference between braid and fishing with mono. Obviously with braid, if you get a bite, you really don't want to be hitting it hard at all, you know, you just want to just sort of lift into it otherwise you'll bump the fish off. I've got a good shock leader on, so which has got a little bit of give in it, so hopefully that should cushion anything if I get a bit too aggressive with them. Like I say, I've got the wind behind me a little bit, so it's a nice easy chuck. So anyway, I'm going to carry on baiting up, and I'm going to bait my short line up, and then we'll start fishing. Come back to you in a minute. Morning guys, I've done my baiting up now. Yeah, just going to go over how I'm really going to start fishing and the method I'm going to be using. So I'll just go over my rod and reel, because people always ask what rods and reels I use. I've got, I don't know if you can see these are the Daiwa Tournament SLRs. They're 150 grams. Main reason I use them here is just for casting accuracy if I want to go obviously at a bit of distance. Plus I can also use the Guru baiting up feeder, which is one of these. As you can see, it's quite a hefty old thing. I've only got 20 grams on that, but obviously when that's filled up with ground bait, that's quite heavy, and I'm only going out about 50 meters at the moment. So but obviously I can go up to about 60 grams on those, I think I've got. So they're quite heavy, so you need a hefty rod to be able to cast those out. The reel I'm going to be using is the Daiwa Distance. It's the TDR Distance 25 QD. It's a fairly new reel to me, and absolutely fantastic. I've just recently gone and bought another one because they're just coupled with this rod, they're just brilliant for casting. That they just add that little bit of more of a percentage of accuracy and ease. So when the conditions get tough, if the wind's in your face or it's a strong crosswind and you've got to cast under the wind, it just helps. Also on there, I've got that spooled up. I've got the Matrix Submerge 010 braid. I think that's about 13 pounds. And then I've also got as a shock leader on there, which is also the Matrix tapered shock leader, which I think goes from something like £8 to £5 or something like that. Anyway, don't quote me on that, but it's a really, once again, it's tapered, so it kind of helps with that casting, so which is good. At the end here, this is what they call a window feeder, which is what I'm going to be using. I don't know if you can see, just bear with me a minute, a little bit awkward here, get my fingers and thumbs. I've got a twizzled loop on the end, and on the end of that twizzled loop I've got a quick change swivel, which is obviously what I put my hook length on. So this is just a standard sliding rig, as you can see that sliding down. So yeah, fairly basic, and that's just kind of my go-to method that I always use. So sometimes I'll use a helicopter rig if it's really windy and awkward, then I'll go over to a helicopter rig. You know, if it's awkward for casting, I'm coming back with lots of snags. But yeah, I prefer to use this method. Like I say, I've got a twizzled loop on there, and all I do is put a number 8 and then just a stop bead as well, and that just kind of like kicks it away from the feeder. So hopefully it tends to stop a lot of the tangles. So yeah, I'm going to be using probably about 30 centimetre hook length at the moment, and I'm probably going to go with a hair rig as well. So I'm going to hair rig a bit of worm and a bit of corn. So I'm going to fish really positive to start off with, and just see if they're going to basically hook themselves. Obviously if I find that I'm just getting lots of taps and that, but I'm not really getting bites, then I'll go over to just a conventional hook and just obviously start going with dead reds and things like that. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to crack on now, and hopefully I can come back to you with a fish on in a minute. See you in a minute. Cheers. Well, look at that, first cast on Ferry, tip's gone round. What a nice feeling. I don't think it's particularly big. Yeah, I did have a cast out and had a bit of a reel through, and it felt fairly clear, so I'm hoping, but we'll soon find out. Yeah, fantastic start.
Them ones Reeves is getting a real big fish.
Sorry?
Them ones Reeves is getting a big fish.
Yeah, they quite often are over there, aren't they?
Yeah. One I see a catch was 6, 7, probably bigger. The cat knock it, first bite.
Yeah, first cast. You see guys, that's what I'm fishing with. Let's just get off the hook. Just hair rigged, piece of corn and a worm. Done the business. There you go. First fish after the lockdown. Nice Ferry Meadows bream. Let's put her back. Try and get another one.
Quite nice to see them slightly smaller ones in it, because normally this time of year it's like £5 or nothing.
Yeah, over on Overton it is.
Well, even on Overton on Thursday I had some hybrids that were like 12 ounces.
Oh, did you?
Pounds.
Oh, that's nice.
So yeah, I wasn't expecting anything under like £4, but hopefully that's the start of another visit for you.
Yeah.
Have a few more, mate.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you. So, there we go. That's my second fish. It's taken a couple of hours to get that second fish. Didn't get any liners or anything. Just had first cast, had that first one, and then that was it. So, changed things up a little bit. Put a bit more feed out there. And I'll show you. Changed my feeder now to it's a matrix feeder. So whereas I was on the window feeder, so that's more of a conventional feeder. Apart from it can't come out the bottom, it can only come out the top. But also I've gone over to just a standard hook. You can see it's not hair rigged. It's just a standard size 14 hook. So and that was on a bit of worm and a single dead red. So I was out there a little while. I was out there 15 minutes, but like I said, I've just fed it as well, put 6 feeder falls out there. Thought I'd have to wait a little while, but yeah, it's gone round, so perhaps they just need a bit more regular feed. So like that chap said then, hopefully you'll have a visit now and catch a few more. So come back to you in a minute. Well, this is bite number 3, which has come fairly quick after bite number 2. I've had a cast in between and nothing. I've literally just cast this out there. It wasn't even out there 30 seconds and it's gone round. One of the things that has changed, I don't know if you can tell, but it's gone really overcast now. It was really sunny earlier on. And now it's gone a bit overcast. It's sort of a bit more breamy conditions really. Once again, doesn't feel like a huge fish. It's got a snag, which isn't ideal. There we go. It's come free. It's only a small skimmer, this one. Still, they're all welcome. Difficult sliding me landing net across these chest waders. Doesn't want to come out. There you go. Let's hope there's a few moving in. Right. Let's go out there again, catch some more. And this one seems to be pulling it back a bit better. So I've had 4 casts and 3 fish now, so I've definitely got a bit of a visit out there, which is good. It's always worth, you know, topping your swim up, even if you're not really getting... Yeah, I've got one on at the minute, yeah. If you're not getting many bites. Doesn't mean to say you shouldn't top your swim up. I mean, this time of year, you know, the bream are feeding. You just got to try and get them to move into your peg. So topping your swim up sometimes can just activate a few bites, and that's exactly what this has done. Slime now. There you go. Don't know if you can see those sores on there. That's just where they've been spawning. There's nothing to worry about. They'll all clear up. That's a nice fish. So they keep coming. You see that little fella? Bit of a lively one in the net. Welcome back to bream fishing, covered in bream slime. Lovely. Right. Let's hope they keep coming. It was only out there 2 minutes. Oh, I've definitely got a few fish in front of me now. I'll say it was only out there 2 minutes and it's gone round straight away. So no, it's a combination of things, I think, because the sun's gone in, and which has made them confident to feed. And like I say, I topped the swim up, and that's just sparked a bit of a feed, which is good. There we go. Biggest one so far. Covered in slime again. Right. hurry up and get out there again before they disappear. Hopefully come back to you with another one. Well, I've got myself a little fan here at the minute. So far it's been sitting behind me, and since it's been sitting behind me I've had 3 fish. So what's your name, buddy? Brooklyn. Wow, that's a nice name. How old are you, Brooklyn?
6.
6. Wow, give us a wave for the camera then. There you go. You going to stay there, are you? You can stay there all day? Because since you've been here I've been catching fish. Well, I don't know if you can see me all that well, but I'm actually not on my box. I was just about to film the end of my rod, and the tip's gone round. So I'm stood in the water in a minute. Anyway, face the camera out there, you might be able to see a bit. Another nice big slab. Just a slipper back. I'm not sure how well you can see this, but all I've been doing is I'll just pinch the top of the worm off, put that into my chop worm, and on the end that I've pinched off I actually feed the hook into the end of the worm. So it comes up the shank slightly, you can see that, and all I'm doing is tipping that with just a single dead red maggot, that is. Here we go. It's on a size 14 hook, so it's pretty crude. And then the ground bait, I'm putting a little bit of chop worm, a few dead reds, I'm not squeezing it in there too heavy. Here we go again. There we go. So it's only 51 metres, so it's not a very long chuck. And then one of the most important things not spoken about today is my stopwatch. Obviously I've set that off now. It's really important to have a stopwatch when you're bream fishing, because bream tend to feed in patterns, and if you get your feed right, as in your feeding pattern, your casting rate, then you can get a bigger hit of fish. You tend to keep them in your swim longer. So by using a stopwatch, I can see if the bites are coming within the first minute, first 6 minutes, or the first 15 minutes. And if there's a regular pattern to it, then I'm going to know. Obviously, if I don't get a bite, if they're coming every 6 minutes and I don't get a bite and it's 8 minutes, then I know I might as well bring it in and recast. Because for whatever reason, it just might not be laying out there correctly. It could be set on a bit of weed. Could be a number of reasons. But what you don't want to do is waste 10 minutes out there while it's sat in the wrong place or sat incorrectly, when you could have brought it in and recast it and caught fish within that 6 minute period. So I always use a stopwatch, and it gives me a good guide. At the moment, I would say the bites are coming within about 7 minutes as an average. So if I'm actually giving it, if I don't get a bite after 7 minutes, I'm leaving it till 9 minutes, and then after 9 minutes I'm bringing it in and then recasting it. But as it happens, over the last sort of 5-6 casts, it's gone round before I've had to bring it in, so which is good. And some of the bites are becoming, you know, they're really quick. They're, you know, it's not an exact science. Sometimes they're going within 30 seconds, and sometimes it's 2 minutes. But as an average, I normally get a bite within 7 minutes at the moment. So hopefully that'll continue. Anyway, hopefully come back to you with another fish on in a minute. And it's gone round again. That time it was just creeping up to 9 minutes and it's gone round. So that's why you have to keep an eye on it, because it may well be the bites are going to start taking a little bit longer now. You might have to leave it in there for 10 minutes, who knows. And if I'd have brought that in at 8 minutes, I might not have got a bite. So it's another reason why you have a stopwatch. At least you know what's going on, you've got an idea of what's going on. Another nice Ferry Meadow bream. So at the moment I'm not going to bother topping the swim up anymore, because obviously I'm casting out fairly regular at the moment. Obviously if those bites start going around about the 9-10 minutes, then what I might do is just put another couple out there just to see if I can sort of speed things up a little bit. But we'll see how the next one goes. Hopefully it'll go round again. And then we'll assess it from there. So I shall come back to you in a minute. No one went round bang on 7 minutes. So, still being fairly consistent. Only problem now is, I don't know if you can see, but the sun's started to break through again. Clouds are starting to break up a little bit. Hopefully clouds will thicken up again and it'll knock that sun away, but yeah, that can just literally switch it right off. typical fish that's been spawning. It's covered in sores and bumps and knocks. Yeah, when you first look at it, you think, oh my god, what's going on? But yeah, it's normal. It's just where all the males are competing to get to the females, and yeah, they bang around on all of the rocks and the bed and the reeds and everything, and that. It might be a bit of a lively one, this one, but see, I'll show you its sores. Cool, yeah, it's not happy. So that fin sticking right up like that, that means it's not very happy. But you can see the sores on it, so they're just from spawning, and they'll heal up. So another lovely fish. Let's slip it back as it's not too happy, and then go out there, see if we can get another one. It's turning out to be quite a good afternoon. Well, assuming I can get it in, this is number 35. Didn't take long. Actually, there was a cast in between because I had an absolutely massive liner. There's just so many fish out there now, it's crazy. The tip just isn't stopping moving as soon as you cast out there. You just got to keep your hands under your legs and just wait for it to go round properly. But every now and then it does go right round and you think it's a fish on, but it's not, it's a liner. It is absolutely chocker with fish out there, it's unbelievable. I'd love to stay and just keep going, but you've got to draw the line at some point. It's 3:30 now, so I've been fishing since 9:30 and I've had an absolutely amazing day. So I've got all my gear to pack away, and then I've got a long walk back to my car. So, and then I've got an hour's drive home, so I can't complain. It's one of the best days fishing I've ever had at Ferry Meadows. In fact, I can say on Gunwade, this is the best day's fishing I've had on Gunwade. Yes, mate, you?
Sorry, I just saw you pulling one out. It's just I know I'm going to stop.
That's okay.
I won't disturb you.
No, that's fine. This is my last one. I've got to pack up now. Fish number 35. Last one of the day.
That's a beautiful one.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
Alright.
Cheers, buddy.
Nice one, buddy. Thank you. Sorry.
Sort of days where you just don't want to pack up. You just want to keep going. Thank you, Ferry Meadows. £35 bream, averaging £6. That's a big weight. Right, time to pack away. Right guys, that's me packed away. Just move the camera up a little bit. That's me done. What a day, first day back. I really hope all of you have stayed well, and I hope the ones that have watched this video really enjoy it. This is by far the best day I've ever had at Ferry Meadows on Gunwade. I've had a similar day on Overton, but I've never had a day like this on Gunwade. So for the first day back after the lockdown, it was absolutely phenomenal. I was spoiled because I had this whole bank to myself. Right away down in the 80s there was a guy, and I think there was a guy right up by the sort of like the river mouth as well, but once those fish moved in there was no one to put them away, and I wasn't going to let them go. So yeah, ended up with 35 bream, average of about £6, and I've been trying to work that out in my head because I'm still sort of like in a bit of a tiz-was fault everything I've caught. I'm sure that's about £210 of fish. Unbelievable for the first day back. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you'd like to watch more videos like this, then please hit subscribe, give it a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the swim soon. Take care.